See the early Ulysses in the chat. We out here though. We out here though. What's up, Toxic Gamer? What's up, Andy? I'm doing alright. So basically, wait, my webcam even adjusted properly. Hold on. So basically, this is what the fuck we are here for. AMD have taken over the CPU game. But there's one thing they need to conquer right now, because their CPUs have been outperforming Intel in a variety of areas, but one area they still be losing to Intel, and that's gaming. Today is supposed to change that. Now, for reference, I am currently on a measly, old, ancient, prehistoric, ancient Egyptian Intel Core i7 8700K, right? Now, if you compare that to, you know, a 3990X, which is a Threadripper, right? We compare these two CPUs. Let's look at this quickly. My CPU performs better in 1 core performance, 2 core, which is what's best for gaming, is less cores. But for the higher core shit, look how far the Ryzen goes. 5,091 points, whereas mine's only got a measly 1043. That's like 5 times more powerful. But for the gaming shit, mine is still better. That's the one area that Ryzen's been slacking, is the gaming shit. So with this new generation, Zen 3 or Ryzen 4000 series, or I think they're naming it Ryzen 5000, they're now about to take gaming from Intel CPUs. Which right now the king of gaming CPUs would be the i9 10900K, which is fucking expensive and hot because it's Intel. So basically we're waiting for AMD to just dead Intel right in their tracks. So that's where we're at right now, and yeah. I'm trying to upgrade to a new PC. I saw the 3080, 3090 review. I already reacted to that. So this might be the opportunity for me to finally upgrade, because I don't want to upgrade right now when there's no CPU, with no new CPU. So if this turns out to be it, then I upgrade with this, and I get my 3080 or 3090 if I'm balling at that point. Probably early next year I'll get my upgrade. So this is a big deal, okay? Not just for gaming though, like for video editing, video rendering. If you get this shit, like you're gonna be set. Like it's no joke. So let's just see what AMD have got in the back, in the bank. Should I follow Twitch? Should I follow YouTube? I don't know. Let's see. Man, they're both behind. If it's a premiere, how is it late? A premiere should always be on time. No, clearly not. So how you doing, chat? How's it going? Might as well put the music back on at this point. Ugh. VTech Smile. What the fuck is that? Oh yeah, sorry if my face cam doesn't look as vibrant as it usually does. I don't know if you guys can even tell the difference. Certain lights in my room aren't working. They rewired our electricity. Apparently the old lights are risk of electric shock. Apparently that's a big deal. So I had to buy like some portable like desk floor light or some shit, which isn't here yet. So yeah. Oh, it's starting. It's starting. This one's gonna take another 50 seconds. Are they gonna sync it perfectly? Oh, see, this one's already starting. Yeah, sorry, YouTube. This one about to start. Forward-looking statements concerning... I'm not reading all that shit. Act of 1995. Year I was born, okay. Yeah.
We started Zen from scratch, starting with a clean sheet of paper.
Zen turned out to be a grounds-up design, which doesn't come along very often.
How's the
In the
volume
life
levels?
of an engineer, you get to build something this significant once, twice, if you're lucky, 3 times in your lifetime.
Oh, this one's
AMD
1080p though.
enables the engineers to go off and innovate and to bring to market.
Why is the
what it
audio
is that
quality
they
so
dream about.
ass though?
I'm extremely pleased to show you for the first time the name
have to check
of our new
YouTube.
CPU.
Maybe YouTube's audio quality will be better.
Now it's time for you to see Ryzen in action.
If the
wanted
YouTube
to
quality is better,
disrupt
then we'll switch to
the
YouTube.
PC market. We wanted to bring innovation.
We started Zen
choice,
from scratch,
Yeah, that,
starting with a clean sheet
that
of
Twitch
paper.
quality, you heard that shit,
Turned
right?
out to be a
You heard that shit. Listen to this shit.
delivering
What is that?
performance at
That's some
every single
compressed
price
shit like in the 2000s. When you're downloading compressed MP. Yeah, we're going to YouTube.
AMD enables the engineers to
Yeah.
go off and innovate and to
I don't think it's
bring
Twitch's
to
fault.
market
It's probably
what it
AMD
is that they
fucked up
dream
their
about.
stream on Twitch.
I'm extremely pleased to
Because
show
the
you
YouTube one
for
is
the
a
first
premiere,
time
so it's a video that they
the
uploaded.
name of our new CPU.
What's up, Ali Reza?
Now it's time for you to see Ryzen in
Yeah,
action.
new hardware that we probably can't afford.
We wanted
Yeah,
to
but it's
disrupt
Ryzen though, so we
the
gotta
PC
make
market.
money for it. We have to
wanted
save
to
money
bring
for it.
Innovation, choice, and
Because they're
performance
literally phoning
to
it
as
in.
many people as
Literally like
possible.
that prison phone call, just like playing
in
it back.
high-performance PCs, it was about delivering more performance at every single price point.
The Ryzen Threadripper acknowledges that there are
The
people
Threadripper,
who want
oh
to
my
create
God.
and game on the same
The Threadripper's
PC
got
and need the
64
scalability
cores,
and need the
128
performance to do
threads.
that, and that's
For
what's
reference,
really
my
exciting
puny,
about the
my
Threadripper
puny
chip.
small dick CPU
It was our
has
commitment to our
only
customers
12
that we would
cores.
deliver
Only
the
12.
roadmap that we set out, and momentum
Nothing.
is now on our side.
The anticipation around
All of
third
you,
gen Ryzen
thank you all
is
for joining
really
us today. I've been looking forward to this moment.
Yeah, it's still shit on Twitch.
Yes, sir.
It's
Now
still
in
shit on Twitch.
2019, third gen Ryzen Zen.
What we did in Zen was push well beyond what we thought we could do. It makes me so proud to be able to look
Suzanne
back
Plummer.
and
Okay,
say
that's
that
right.
I was part of that.
Our mission with Ryzen has always been clear. It's
Ah.
about making the right bets.
Come on, make me want to upgrade. Make me want to throw money at
Our
you.
goal is to give you the best.
Welcome, everyone.
Whoops.
Big welcome to all of you, and thank you all for joining us today. I've been looking forward to this moment all year, and I know many of you have too. It's been a challenging year for everyone as we've
Oh, yes, it
navigated
has.
the COVID-19
Oh,
pandemic
preach.
globally. But one thing we've learned is just how important high-performance computing technologies really are.
Oh, we
From
know.
work to school to gaming to
Yes.
entertainment, the PC is now the computing platform of choice. in
It's always
2020.
been Monster Race.
And I'm
Let's
really
go.
excited to show you today what we have been working on for the next-gen PC platforms, and especially for all of you gamers. Now, it's already been an incredible year for gamers. There's so much excitement around the next-gen consoles.
Oh
We
yeah.
are so proud to power the new Sony PlayStation
Oh yeah, I
5
forgot they're
with
powering
a
the
high-performance
consoles.
custom chip
AMD are going
featuring
ham
our
though,
AMD
shit.
Ryzen CPU and AMD Radeon GPUs.
I was like, why are they promoting the consoles? They're PC.
And we are equally
But,
proud
yeah.
that custom AMD processors also power the new Microsoft Xbox Series X and Series S consoles. Again, featuring our
PlayStation, Xbox
high-performance
fighting
Ryzen
all this
and
time, and
Radeon
AMD
technology.
just powering all of
These
it.
consoles are bringing just
It's like
incredible
Twix and
technology to
Snickers,
gamers
all
over
owned by the
world,
same people.
and are really a result of just deep engineering partnerships over many, many years with both Sony and Microsoft. Now, gaming is at the heart of so much of what we do at AMD.
Of
Whether you're
course.
talking about PCs or consoles or cloud gaming and mobile. AMD loves gaming, and we like to say gaming begins with AMD.
Oof.
So today, we're going to talk specifically about our next-gen PC gaming platform.
Let's see what they
So let's
got.
talk a little bit about Ryzen. Now, you guys know we brought the
Ryzen
first
time.
generation of Ryzen to market in 2017.
Yeah.
And we actually had one goal. It was to build the best PC desktop processor possible. Now, we knew we wouldn't get there in one step, but with each generation of Ryzen, it's gotten better.
Yeah.
And we focused on
Amen.
how do we deliver more performance? How do we deliver the best features? And how do we give more capabilities to all of you PC enthusiasts so that you can do more than you ever thought
Yeah,
with
that's
your
right.
desktop
More.
or in your notebook? And we've
Yeah.
made great progress. We started with Ryzen and desktops, and then we introduced
As
Ryzen
far as progress would be
Threadripper
hard-pressed.
high-end desktops. And now, actually, Ryzen is in many amazing notebook systems with our Ryzen 4000 series. I think it's safe to say that AMD loves the PC, and I think also it's safe to say that PC users love Ryzen. So we really appreciate that. Now look, let's just focus on the desktop for a few minutes.
Yes.
The progress we have made over the last few years has been really amazing. If you look
Oh,
at
is
the
that
market
late X
before
2000?
Ryzen,
What's good?
desktop PC was on sort of an incremental performance slope for the last many years. Now, over the past 3 years, we've significantly changed that trajectory and really completely reset expectations.
Oh,
as we've
look at
gone
that.
From first gen Ryzen to second gen, now to third gen Ryzen.
Oh,
We were the first to launch a 7nm desktop processor.
They were the
and
first.
Today, third gen Ryzen leads in so many areas. We're the highest in multi-threaded performance.
definitely.
We are the best in
Threadripper.
terms of power efficiency.
Of course,
And third-gen
cooler than
Ryzen
Intel.
is an absolutely great gaming processor. But as you know, we're really ambitious. So our work with Ryzen is never done.
Of course it's not.
Our engineers have been on this maniacal focus of what can we do more?
Dedication.
What can we do better?
Yes.
So today, we're here to talk about our brand new CPU core. You've all been waiting for it.
Yes.
It's all about Zen 3.
We are here.
And with Zen 3, we
Zen
focused
3 is fourth
again
gen. It's
on
complicated,
bringing the
I know.
best to the PC market. I'm so proud of what we've accomplished. Zen 3 increases our lead in overall performance.
Oh,
It increases our lead in power efficiency, and also now
Creates
it
the
delivers
lead?
the best single-threaded performance. And
yes.
gaming performance as well.
Yes.
We've made massive changes in the core architecture, and I'm sure all of you want to know what's inside Zen 3.
Please tell
Let me hand
us.
it over to AMD CTO Mark Papermaster to give you all the details.
His name is Paper Master. Oh, maybe he can help me with
Thank
my
you,
essays
Lisa.
and shit.
I couldn't be more excited than to share a little bit more about Zen 3
All
and our
right, share
progression
it.
to get here. It's been quite a journey. We set a course over 5 years ago to design a family.
His name is
of
really Paper
high-performance
Master.
x86 CPUs.
Oh
Our
shit.
goal, very simply, outright leadership. We set up the team so that development of multiple processor generations could be done in parallel, with designers leapfrogging from one generation to another.
Mm-hmm.
This has resulted in
Leapfrogging.
consistent delivery to the market as promised. I could not be more proud than to help unveil our third generation of Zen Core debuting in Ryzen desktops this fall. It is a beast in performance and will deliver
Oh, we're ready for
absolute
beasts.
leadership in the x86 market. Zen brought us back into high performance with a 52% improvement in instruction per clock
Zen 2's
in a
4.7
single
gigahertz max
generation.
boost.
It built
Up
a
from
strong base
4.35.
for us to build upon as we developed the Zen family. Last year, Zen 2 brought double-digit % increase in instruction per clock and
Oof.
debuted 7nm in chiplet technology. That 7nm efficiency enabled leadership, multi-core performance, and core density. The innovative chiplet implementation allowed us ease of manufacturing with the
You were
small
making a beat?
7nm
You make
die
beats now?
and scalability to leadership core counts. And now Zen 3. Wow, what a great job by the design team to improve every aspect of the CPU, delivering leadership performance in
Master
that
'cause of all the
same
paper they're gonna make.
7nm node.
Oh yeah.
Higher frequency, higher instruction per clock, with design improvements across all of the CPU components.
New
and
core
lower
layout,
latency
new
on
cache
top of that.
topology.
You look at
Still
some of the
7nm.
key elements. There's a new layout of our processor that brings all the cores onto a unified 8-core complex. And that accelerates core-to-core communication. That's especially helpful for gaming workloads. That consolidation actually allows every core to directly access the
Lower
32
latency
megabytes of
cores.
L3 cache. And that dramatically accelerates
Reduce memory latency for
workloads
gaming.
that are
Okay.
latency sensitive, like gaming. And finally, significant changes throughout the Zen 3 architecture, generating a 19% instruction per clock uplift. That's on top of the significant gains that we had just in the mid of last year with Zen 2. Altogether, Zen 3 is our most significant architectural update yet across the Zen family. We made
that
the Zen
edit
3
was
floating
very,
point and integer
very
execution
sus.
units wider, more
Man just
flexible,
vented to the next
and
scene.
allows us to deliver more execution capability to the user at a lower latency. We've increased the number of loads and stores that we can do versus Zen 2, helping us feed those wider execution capabilities of Zen 3. We've added more branch prediction bandwidth. It allows Zen 3 to tackle back-to-back predictions much more quickly,
Back to back.
reducing the delays. We call it zero bubble. These innovations keep Zen 3 ahead of the industry norm on generational
It puts
improvements and
competitor
position
there, like generic,
Zen
as if
3
it's not
based
talking about
Ryzen
Intel.
to be a clear desktop performance leader. Microprocessor performance engineering never has one single bullet. It takes focused
turning this into
microprocessor
DMR,
engineering.
wow.
It's a broad set of improvements that are needed to make a great architecture. It takes innovation on all of the key levers. Zen 3 is a total front-to-back redesign. The microarchitecture had a laser focus on performance on every element. End-to-end improvements, caching, load store, our execution units, our prefetching, our dispatch, our decode. Zen 2, in fact, had been organized with two
Yeah, you were definitely wrong about the
core
Fall Guys
cache
thing.
complexes, and it was tightly integrated.
Although he actually reminded me that
was
I
a
do have
very
to
good
stream that at
design,
some
but
point.
what we found is that we brought that together into that single unified cache core complex, that we brought that direct access to 32 megabytes of L3 cache rather
Oof.
than the 16 megabytes that we have with Zen 2. That direct access to a cache pool of this size is very significant for gaming. They tend to make frequent use, of course, of the memory subsystem, and in fact, many games have a dominant thread. And that makes especially heavy use of the cache, and that thread now
Of
sees
course.
effectively twice the L3 cache in Zen 3.
Beautiful.
So
beautiful.
every core can now communicate directly to the cache without traversing across the die, and that reduces latency. And it stays synchronized
When
for
is this dropping?
applications
In the
using
fall.
AI, audio, physics, and
Is
more.
Ryzen better
You
than
can
Intel?
see that we
It was better in
continue our
almost every way
relentless
except
commitment
gaming.
to
But
energy
now it's
efficiency
about to
with
be
every
better than
generation.
gaming. That's why this is so
We're
important.
always honing our design methodologies to focus on performance per watt, even as we make the processors faster for gamers. Zen 3 is no different, delivering up to 24% improvement in power efficiency versus the prior generation.
For you
That's
did stream
double-digit
Fall. I did stream
performance
Fall
per
Guys, but
watt
they're dropping
uplift
season 2,
in the
which has new
same
content.
process node. And that's on top
So I gotta do an
of
update
all
stream.
the architectural changes that we drove in to drive up the performance. Our commitment to energy efficiency across time has put us in the driver's seat.
2.8
Today,
times
we're more than
more efficient than the
2.8x
Core
more efficient
i9
than
10900K.
high-end desktop processors. And that's
Efficiency.
only a strengthening of the leadership that we demonstrated
10900K
during
is
the
gonna
prior
be
Zen 2 era.
ripped. RIP.
We will not let up going forward. We're focused on execution. Zen 3 is shipping as promised in the 5nm Zen 4 on
RTX
track in
2090.
design.
What the fuck?
The AMD team is hitting on all cylinders, and there's no shortage of innovations for the next
Ooh,
generation.
they're already designing
Zen
5
processors
nanometer.
to keep AMD.
You're supposed to be selling
in
the current
forefront,
product. They're
deliver
talking about the
best
one you're
computer
making
experience
in the next
for
few
our
years.
customers. Thank you, and let me welcome back Lisa to now show off our Zen 3.
Already
and
making
new
the next one
Ryzen
sound dated, saying we got 5 nanometer in production. You're now about to reveal the 7
Thank you,
nanometer
Mark.
again.
That was great. I'm so proud of what the team has accomplished with Zen 3. We really focused on what is most important for gamers and enthusiasts. And at 19% IPC increase, it's our largest increase generation over generation since we launched the Zen family.
Largest increase,
So now let's see
generation
Zen
over
3 in
generation.
action.
All right.
I'm so proud
So
to
we're
show
here
you
for
the very first time the AMD Ryzen 5000 series for high performance
5000
PC,
series.
the world's first Zen 3 powered CPU.
Let's go.
This is the AMD Ryzen 9 5900X.
Woo.
12 cores, 24 threads, and a boost up to 4.8 gigahertz.
4.8 gigahertz.
It's
Okay.
a very special product. The ultimate enthusiast processor.
I could
Compared
have
to
sworn.
the 3900 XT, the 5900X has 19% higher IPC, higher clock speeds, and all of the Zen 3 core improvements that Mark talked about, all while remaining at 105 watts.
Oof,
This makes
okay.
Ryzen 5900X a big upgrade from 3rd gen Ryzen all around.
This isn't the top
but
one, though.
especially in gaming. Now let me turn it over to Robert Hallett to show you the 5900X in action.
This isn't the top one, though. They got ones above.
Thanks, Lisa. Hey, everyone. Let me give you a sense of just how much faster the 5900X is compared to our current best, the 3900 XT. To do that, we're going to use Shadow of the Tomb Raider, a game I personally love, and a game reviewers often look at to judge CPU performance. We're going to run the built-in benchmark here at 1080p using the high image quality preset on two otherwise
40
identical
FPS bump
systems.
just by
You
improving
can
the
see a
CPU
whopping
bottleneck.
28% increase just by moving from the 39XT to the 5900X in Shadow of the Tomb Raider. And as you will soon see, the performance from the 5900X is faster than the competing processors as well.
Really?
Now, as any enthusiast knows, 28%.
Because
from a
Intel can
processor
go up to
change
5.3
is a massive
gigahertz on
upgrade.
10900K.
But
So
that's what AMD
and yours is
customers
4.8.
like me can look forward to. This truly demonstrates the gaming strength for Zen 3 when you combine the historic IPC uplift, unified cores, and unified cache pools. Now, as we zoom out to look at a wider set of games, you can see that the 28% uplift in Shadow of the Tomb Raider is joined by many titles with
Ooh,
significant
46% on CSGO.
improvements.
And CSGO already
The
runs
gains
way
are
too
even
high in
bigger
frame rate
in
anyway.
titles like CSGO and League of Legends, where the highest possible frame rate is practically the #1 priority to be competitive. Overall, gamers upgrading from the Ryzen 3000 series to the Ryzen 5000 series
They skipped
can
4000,
expect
by the way.
an
just
average
for the record.
performance improvement of 26% at 1080p.
1080p.
Again, this is just
Can
a
we talk
monumental
about the big
performance
boys now?
jump
Okay.
for an in-socket upgrade in the
1080p.
same
What the fuck
motherboard.
is this? 2015?
And a true testament
2012?
for how good Zen 3 is in gaming.
Oh,
Now,
Linus
as many
definitely
know,
gonna win.
strong gaming performance relies on strong single-core performance.
Yes.
That's exactly what Zen 3 has. And I want to show you using Cinebench R20 single-thread. There are many ways to assess single-thread performance, but Cinebench is a fast and easy tool that you can run at home. And it's
I'm
one
gonna
of
check
the 25
Intel
workloads
stats.
that we use to
10900K
calculate the 19% improvement
Cinebench
for
1T
Zen
run.
3's instructions per cycle. As you can see, the 5900X is the first desktop processor to ever break a 600 score.
It
We don't
is?
break it by a little, we break it by a lot with a score of 631. We at AMD heard you loud and clear as you challenged us
That is
to
crazy.
continue investing in single
So their
core
single
performance,
thread
and the result
is officially better
speak for
than Intel
themselves.
then. Even if their
The
clock speed is
combination of
slightly lower.
IPC,
I mean, clock speed is not the
frequency,
only thing that matters,
cores,
obviously.
cache, give AMD the fastest cores in the desktop market and give you the best possible gaming performance. So let's take that landmark core performance into a head-to-head battle. Across the same set of games you just saw, the AMD Ryzen 9 5900X is a clear winner at 1080p. As I promised you, AMD wins in Shadow of the Tomb Raider by +6, and is joined by many other games
-3 on Battlefield 5,
and
though.
users like you.
Man.
League of
They're that
Legends and
honest that they
CS:GO
put a
are once
minus there.
again
They could have just left
standout
that game
victories
out, but they put the
for the
-3
Ryzen
there.
9 5900X. So that was a lot of data very quickly. Let's take a step back. Let's recap. You saw an average uplift of 26% for Ryzen customers upgrading from the 3000 series to the 5000 series. You just watched AMD deliver the highest single-core performance in the entire desktop PC market. And you just saw AMD clearly offer the best performance of any gaming processor on the market. I will put it plainly. We know that you're going to wait for benchmarks, but customers who buy processors purely for their gaming performance will absolutely want a Ryzen 9 5900X for the best possible PC gaming experience. Now let's bring Lisa back up to give you more details on these awesome gaming processors.
Give us the details.
Thanks, Robert. That was fantastic. I hope you're all now convinced that the Ryzen 9 5900X is the best gaming processor in the world. Now let's look at the stack. In the 5000 series, we have a great choice for every gamer or PC enthusiast. In addition to the 5900X, we have the 5800X, an 8-core, 16-thread processor with boost frequencies up to 4.7 gigahertz.
So the 5900X hit
And we
631
also have the
centimeters.
5600X.
Apparently the
a
10900K
12-thread CPU
only
with
hits
boost frequencies up to 4.6
539.
gigahertz
So from 539 to 61,
talk about
they've
price
passed
availability.
Intel. Guaranteed.
6-core 5600X is $299.
Yeah, we're not getting the cheap
8-core
shit.
5800X is $449. And the amazing 5900X, combining the leadership performance and power
Yeah,
efficiency
12
of
core,
Zen
24
3
thread.
in a 12-core
That's the one we're
7nm
copying.
design is priced at $500.
That's the one we're copying.
And all of these will be available globally on November 5th.
Ooh, before
We're really
PlayStation
proud of
comes
the
out.
5000 series,
Shit.
but we're not done.
Threadripper
We love
time.
our enthusiasts, and there's one more
Oh,
processor
Threadripper
that
time.
is the ultimate processor for
Threadripper
gaming and
time.
content creation. For those of you who want the very best processor
Yes.
on a desktop PC,
This is what we
have
want.
the 16-core Ryzen 9 5950X.
Ooh,
The
oh wait.
5950X
Is that a Threadripper?
is
No.
simply an amazing CPU.
But still, 32 threads
cores,
though.
32 threads,
Ooh.
and our fastest processor.
4.9
with
gigahertz
frequencies
boost?
Up to 4.9 gigahertz.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, we have to get
5950X
that.
breaks the Cinebench R20 single-threaded record that Robert set just a few minutes ago with a score of 640. It is truly the best
Oh,
in
slightly
class in
higher.
every dimension.
Slightly higher from
Best
61
gaming
640.
performance meets best processor for content creation.
Oh,
And all
content
of this
creation.
is
Oh,
still
you're
at
speaking to me.
105 watts. Now let's
At
take
the
a look
same
at some of the
TDP.
performance. If we look at the generational uplift from the 3950X to the 5950X,
Oh,
we
shit.
see up to 27% more performance in CAD workloads and 12% more performance in rendering
ray tracing,
workloads.
wow.
More impressively, we see up to 29% more gaming performance. And this
Woo!
is really how we bring the best of both worlds together. The best for gamers and the best for creators. And now, if you put 5950X against the top of the stack from the competition,
Oof.
we
Intel,
see that
sorry.
the 5950X provides up to 59% more
Woo!
creative performance in
They
rendering
put
workloads.
Intel there. Oh,
Double-digit
59%.
wins in video editing and software compiling.
59% over
And
Intel.
we also win in lightly threaded CAD workloads
13%
as well.
over Intel in video
We're
editing.
really proud of the fact that we also win in gaming. There's nothing like the 5950X
Tie on
in the
one
world.
game and then, oh,
One
they passed
processor that
Intel.
delivers the best power efficiency, our highest clock speeds, the highest single core performance in the industry, and the highest multi-core
Are they gonna go Threadripper
performance
now?
of any gaming processor. And it's priced at $799
Woo!
and will also be available globally on November
Woo!
5th. I hope you're now as
My
excited
wallet.
about AMD Ryzen 5000 series as I am.
Are they gonna announce the
Zen 3 is
5990
really
though?
amazing, and I'm so happy we could show it to you today. But you guys send me a lot of notes and a lot of tweets, and I know that you're not just excited about Ryzen 5000 series, but there's a
Threadripper time.
tremendous amount of enthusiasm and curiosity about our Radeon lineup as well. So the next few weeks are just an
Radeon?
amazing time for us. In addition to introducing our Ryzen 5000 series, we're also going
They're
to
dropping the
introduce
GPUs
our
as well.
next-gen Radeon GPU.
Okay.
I want to give you
I mean, I don't think it's gonna move me from
from
Nvidia, but like, we'll
this
take
is
a
the
look.
AMD Radeon RX 6000 series, which we now affectionately call Big Navi, thanks to many of you who nicknamed it for us.
Wow.
It is absolutely gorgeous and by far the most powerful gaming GPU we have ever built. We got a lot of requests from our fans on social, and I heard a whole conversation on the Full Nerd last week about wanting to see Zen 3 and Big Navi in action. So today, I'm going to show you a preview of what you can expect from AMD Ryzen 9
I mean, it's not gonna be a
5900X
3090 or a
and our Radeon
3080,
6000
but
series.
you know,
We've been doing a
we'll
tremendous
see.
amount of work optimizing gameplay with Ryzen 5000 and Radeon 6000 series. So let me show you today Borderlands 3, which is a very popular AAA title running at 4K resolution on the Ryzen 5900X and our Radeon 6000 series. Just
Oh,
take a
those
look at
stutters.
that performance. Over 60 frames per second at 4K with beautiful image quality. We are super excited with what we've accomplished with Big Navi. In addition to Borderlands 3, here's a bit more of a performance preview on Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Gears of War 5 at ultra settings in 4K. And again, what you see is tremendous 4K performance across the board. We still have a few weeks until
tremendous
launch,
is
and the team
debatable, but,
working
you know.
really hard on fine-tuning things. But I hope you're as excited as we are about what Ryzen 5000 series and Radeon 6000 series can do together for your next generation PC. So that brings us to the end. I hope you enjoyed today. It's been so much fun spending time with you. We have a lot more to show you later this month, so join us again on October 28th, where we'll give you the full story of our AMD Radeon RX 6000 series.
Oh, Radeon.
And
okay,
make
no.
sure you mark your calendar for November 5th to find Ryzen 5000 series on shelf worldwide. Take care and see you soon.
Woo! The heat. The heat. Oh. Oh. I can smell a corpse. Intel is burning over there. Intel. Could someone call the ambulance? I can smell the crispy corpse of Intel. Oh, gosh. Woo. My God. Alright, so we gotta get into this. Alright, let's put the music back on. Basically, for those of you who weren't here at the beginning of the stream, in 2017 Ryzen was created, and they started beating Intel in desktop performance in everything but gaming, because obviously CPUs have cores. My CPU has 12 threads, I think 6 cores, 12 threads. But gaming relies mostly on the single core performance, because you can have a lot of cores, but each core has a certain performance, right? So Ryzen had way more cores and was just performing better in tasks that used a lot of cores, like video editing, video rendering, which is great and all, but then that single core performance on Ryzen wasn't as good. So my old i7 right now had better single core performance than like the majority of Ryzen, if not all the Ryzens that were out. This Ryzen is the first one to surpass Intel, because that was the one thing that they were losing out on, which is that gaming performance, because gaming is more single core performance. This is the first one to beat Intel, because Intel, according to this, their Cinebench score is like 539, and they just went up to 631 on the Ryzen, was it 5900X, and then on the 5950X they went up to like 640. So now this is the best CPU for gaming and for everything else, basically. So they have dropped the bombshell, the mothership of bombshells right now. So this is some next level insane shit. Now I don't think they announced the Threadripper, because that's the, I think that's the 990X. They dropped the 950, but the Threadrippers are usually not as good for gaming, because they're trying to get as many threads as possible. So if you go and get the Threadripper because it's the most expensive and it sounds the coolest because it's called Threadripper, but then the single core performance isn't as good as the 950, then you're kind of cheating yourself if you want a game. So it'll be interesting to actually, let me check right now. Let me go to the old generation, 3950X versus 3990X, right? And we'll go to CPU user benchmark right now, because I need to confirm this. Okay, so this is the Threadripper 3990X. This thing has, I think, how many cores does it have? I've forgotten. Okay, so look, the score here, multi-core speed, 5091 on the Threadripper, only 2811 on the 3950X. But when you go to the single core performance, the 3950X has better single core performance. So the 3990X, the Threadripper, is going to destroy like in video editing, video rendering, but in gaming it's actually inferior to the 3950X. So it looks like it's going to be the same thing here, because they haven't dropped the 5990X, they haven't announced that one yet. So the 5950X is probably going to be the GOAT for gaming over the 5900. So either you get the 5900 if that's all you can afford, or you push for the 5950X. But the 5990 will have probably more multi-core performance, which means better for video editing, rendering, but you're sacrificing some game performance. So 5950X is the best of both worlds, like Hannah Montana. So that's what we need to cop. So yeah, when is it starting? Are you? Yeah, you're kind of late at this point, given that it's over. So yeah, it's looking like 5950X is going to be the go-to CPU. Let me see if I can find the stats. 40 FPS bump. Like, that's a serious. The same game, same everything else, but you just change the CPU. It goes to show how much CPUs could be a bottleneck. But yeah, like the 50, that's the 5900. But yeah, the 5950 is the go-to CPU. You cop that shit, like Missy Elliott, Timbaland, and Magoo. You cop that shit, and then you combine it with a 3080 or a 3090 GPU, because I mean, let's face it, we're not getting a Radeon. I'm sorry, but we're not getting a Radeon. You combine those two. What's the pricing of the 3950? You combine those two, and man, you're gonna have a beast of a machine. I hope they drop some non-X versions like 3600 for those who don't know much. I don't even know what the X means. It just sounds cool. I forgot, like, what does a non-X version even do? Like, what's the benefit of that? You know what I mean? Like, this is officially the shortest Prem stream. If you don't count that one time Nintendo. Oh, there's a few times I got kicked out of lives. So, and I also had like a really short Mario Kart Tour stream. Usually, if I had a stream shorter than this, it'd probably be unlisted by now, so you wouldn't see it. The X version is just faster. It's the counterpart. Yeah, I don't be remembering what all the letters do. Like, I have an 8700K right now, and I don't remember what the K means. So, it's just kind of there. So, yeah. Radeons have so many compatibility issues. I have a Radeon I can confirm. Yeah, I don't think I'd go to Radeon, even though I've had some problems with NVIDIA fucking up my like video editing software. Right now, it's not enough for me to go to Radeon for that. So, yeah, they kind of just, you know, sliced that one in at the end after they hyped you up with the CPU shit. But yeah, we ain't getting on Radeons. Like, we ain't on that shit. Like, fuck Radeon. All my homies hate Radeon. I'm joking, but still, like, we ain't about to be on some Radeon shit. Like, we're about to cop that 5950X combined with a 3080 or 3090 if I'm balling at that point. I don't know. I'm probably gonna be getting my new PC, or whenever the PC, the guys that I buy from, whenever they get everything in stock and I can just custom order my shit. So probably looking at early next year PC upgrade if everything goes to plan. But yeah, it's looking really good. So I was gonna drop a video today, but this was happening, so I had to postpone that shit. So I'll probably drop the video tomorrow. But yeah, it's a good time to be a PC gamer. You know, new consoles coming out, so you have to make sure that you upgrade your PC so you can always say that PC is better than console. Although at this point, it's not that big of a deal. Like, we're getting to the point of diminishing returns. How much did your current PC cost in total? If I recall correctly, it was like £2,600. Because I got like SSD and shit as well. It came with 32 gig RAM. I've done some upgrades since I first got it. I got it in 2018. I got it on finance, so I was spreading it over 3 years, paying monthly. So I was supposed to finish the payments around like February or March next year, but I paid it a bit quicker, so I finished paying it like some months ago. So now I'm so ready to just move on to the next one. I want them to drop Ryzen 5600. I think for AMD CPUs, those are the letters at the end. Don't really bring noticeable performance. I mean, I don't know if they're still gonna drop that, but I mean, the 5600X seems pretty affordable. $299. I mean, 12 threads. Like, for all I know, that could probably be more powerful than the CPU I got right now. You know, so. But yeah, did they even drop the price of the 5950X? They said it was like 700 something, right? Did they mention the price of the 5950X? But yeah, 32 threads. I'm currently on 12 threads, as you can see. So to go from 12 threads, 6 cores, to 32 threads, 16 cores, my video editing speed, like right now, like if I render in 1080p, it's relatively far. Like if I render like a 10-minute video in 1080p, it'll probably take less than 15-20 minutes. But if I render 4K, it could be like an hour. You know, getting something like this, your 4K edits are gonna be like quick. Like maybe a 4K 10-minute video might render in like 10-15 minutes. It could be insane, you know. More than half of that's gonna be the 3090 this time. Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna get 3090. I might just skimp out and get a 3080, because I don't game as much as some others. And the difference between 3080 and 3090 is not too great compared to like the 3080 to previous gen or to 3070. So I might just have to skimp and get the 3080 and just, you know, use that difference to purchase the higher Ryzen, because I mean I'm gonna notice that CPU performance way more because I'm content creating in 4K. So that's probably gonna be the priority for me. But let me actually check right now. 5950X price. I can't see if yeah, 799. Okay, 799. So yeah, that's gonna be a huge part of the build. And then motherboard will probably cost a few hundred or so. Then the 3080, you know, they hyped the 8K DLSS. I mean, I want a 3090. Don't get twisted, but it's just like, you know, if it's between that and downgrading the CPU, like I have to get the higher CPU and stick with the 3080. Because I mean, give it like a year or so, it'll be a new generation anyway, and then I'll just get I'll get 3090 performance for cheap. So, you know, if I could afford both, I'd get both, but I don't know. Ugh. But DLSS is a great thing though, because you can get higher resolutions than what you're usually like capable of getting. Like, especially once I upgrade and get this, I want to get, like with my new PC, I want to get like a 4K 144 Hz monitor. I'm currently on 4K 60 IPS, but I want to get 144 Hz IPS, like HDR, G-Sync, all those bells and whistles and shit. So if you're a Ryzen fan from the start, you wouldn't have to switch the motherboard. Well, I mean, I got my PC like early 2018. Ryzen dropped 2017. Back then, I didn't really know much about Ryzen, because growing up, AMD was always inferior to Intel. So when I was getting my PC, I didn't even consider AMD. At that point, Ryzen only been around for months at that point. So I just got my Intel and kept it moving. Which at that point, Intel still had the better gaming performance, the single core performance. So it made sense at that point to still get an Intel. But as I had the PC for a while, started seeing what was going on with Ryzen, I was like, huh, maybe my next PC, and even my friend was saying this as well, like we had Intel on our current builds, and like next PC we gotta go Ryzen, like it's time, you know. But in a way, Intel still win because they own the architecture and AMD are licensing the architecture from them. So it's like, I mean, I guess they'd still rather be making it themselves, but still, you know, is Intel gonna drop anything? I mean, they have to, right? I don't know when they drop. I have to find out, but I'm assuming their next one is probably gonna try and surpass what this one has just done, and then Ryzen will surpass theirs again. So it's like a cat and mouse game. But at least Ryzen has finally dominated on the single core performance. This is the first time this has happened, so this is pretty monumental. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for my next PC right now. 5950X, 3080 or 3090, 64 gig RAM, you know. There's one other thing I want to do, which is like remove hard drives from my build, but it's gonna be a while until that happens, admittedly. Right now I've got like so I've got a 2 terabyte C drive, that's an SSD. Then I've got this 4 terabyte SSD, which is for YouTube, just recordings and video editing is done on here. And then this 12 terabyte, which is cut down to 10.9 because of fucking bytes versus kilobytes versus kilobytes or whatever. So it says 10.9. That's like my main personal drive. That's the only one that's an actual hard drive. I want to get rid of that. I want to move to all SSD. But the SSDs aren't big enough in capacity to switch yet. The highest I've seen is like an 8 terabyte M.2, which is really fucking expensive. Or if you watch Linus, he had this like little thing shaped like a GPU where he was stacking multiple M.2s in it and making a bigger drive. But again, that was really fucking expensive, so it's not happening anytime soon. So basically, yeah, the goal within the next 5 years or so is to be done with hard drives completely. Like that 4 terabyte recording drive used to be a hard drive. I moved that to an SSD just this year. So I want to be done with physical hard drives. That's like the one thing that's holding my build back from being like lightning fast. You know what I mean? Like there's things that you have to shed. You know what I mean? What did you miss? What did you miss? What did you miss? You missed the whole thing. We're about to end now. I'll need to build a complete PC myself. I want to be able to afford it. Yeah, it's definitely going to be expensive. The place I'm getting from, they'll build it for you, customize it, and they build it. But they offer finance plans up to like 3 years, so I can spread the cost if I pay like last PC I was paying like £87 a month, so with this one, given that it's going to be more expensive, I'll probably be paying like 100, 110, 120 a month for like 3 years. If I get that, then I could get it, you know, a lot sooner. I still have to pay like 10% up front though. It's too late for Intel. Apple already jumping ship. Yeah, I feel a bit bad for Intel, but you know, I'm a customer, so I can't be sitting there buying Intel out of pity. So if Ryzen's the way to go, then we must go Ryzen. Nonetheless, that's it. So yeah, currently at 3.51k subs, 4k subs by the end of the year. I know I said 10k subs by the end of the year, earlier in the year, but clearly that's not happening. Check out the Crash 4 stream if you want other content. Oh yeah, the Among Us parody, that was really lit. You know, 2 years from now they'll be saying it was underrated, but it's too soon for that. I got a video coming tomorrow. I'm trying to work out with the gang if we could do a 4-guy stream. We'll see at some point because they got season 2. And what else is there? Oh yeah, I might do another Crash 4 stream just to tie up some loose ends. I think I mentioned that on Twitter. Let me switch to the end of stream music. Yeah, I might do a Crash 4 stream to wrap up some things. Maybe do some inverted mode. Play those few levels by the other playable characters that I didn't do before. Of course, unlock Graduation Kanye because I need that skin. But yeah, thanks for tuning into the stream, everyone. Only 47 minutes, not too long. But yeah, rip Intel. We have to sort out that corpse of that Intel on the side over there, but yeah, feels weird doing such a short. The last thing I did on the channel was a 12-hour stream, so long that YouTube cut it to 11 hours 55 minutes, and the stream doesn't even end gracefully. It feels so weird ending a stream under an hour after that. Like it's the weirdest thing ever. Like I feel like I'm robbing you guys. But I'm not, obviously. I gave you a 12-hour stream. Watch the fuck out of that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do a highlights video of that stream. It's gonna take a while because I'm sifting through 12 hours of content. So I've got some name ideas for my highlight series, but I'm not gonna share them right now because, you know, it's on the DL, you know what I mean? So be on the lookout for that in the coming rest of the year because it's gonna take a while. Content coming soon to the channel. Mafia Definitive Edition, I'm going to stream that at some point because I bought it, which means I have to stream it. PS5 next month, so Spider-Man getting streamed, Demon Souls getting streamed, shit is getting streamed. I'm not a Crash tuber, so just remember there's gonna be a bit less Crash now that Crash 4's come out and we finished it. I will eventually come back to play some other Crash games that I haven't played, but again, there's gonna be a lot of other content, so if you miss the Crash content, then you better sit down and, well, watch the Crash 4 playlist or something. I'll rate you this, wow. Mega Man X win. We'll see at some point. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. Fucking hell. Oh, if that was a video, that would be edited out. But it's a stream, so it's more embarrassing. What? Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. More content coming soon to the channel. And by content, you mean anything other than games, right? Oh, so you're saying your boy don't play games now? 12 hours wasn't enough for you. Future Tense wasn't enough for you. What else have I played? Mind Over Me. The only thing I've played is fucking Crash. Well, I streamed Among Us a few weeks ago. Yeah, I need to do some non-Crash shit. Yeah, the next video is not gonna be Crash. I promise you that. Unless they announce Crash 5 before the next video is supposed to drop. Then in that case, yeah. But yeah, we're gonna be doing some gaming shit. You know. Wow, you can't clip this. It's not Twitch. Ugh. Wish YouTube streams would get clips and raids. That would be nice, especially the raids. Like PewDiePie could be in a good mood and just throw your boy a bone. You know what I mean? Like just maybe still hit that 10k subs this year, but I guess 10k subs next year. But yeah, you'll see me again soon. It was a short stream. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. More content coming soon to the channel. But it's your boy, Remulous, Rem Gang. And I'm out.